everybody, welcome back to the X-Ray. I am Ray. This is my 5th episode. In 5th episode, I introduce you to many famous people, Christian leaders. Today, we're gonna talk about Mr. Martin Luther. Okay, who is Martin Luther? Mr. Martin Luther. Mr. Martin Luther was a man that was condemned to death. He was fulfilled in the life, God fulfilled him in the life of Mr. Martin Luther. Before he was burned at the stake, he said, let me read to you. You're not roasting the goose, referring to himself since his name Hus means goose in German. But in 100 years you will raise up the swan, whom you shall not roast nor scourge. Him men will hear sing, him God willing, that will drive the estate out. After he says that, they burn the stake. Okay, let's get back to the past. Who is Martin Luther? Mr. Martin Luther was born on November 10, 1438. He was born in the country of Germany. He was born also in a poor family, same as Mr. John Hus. But his parents are really hard workers and very respected in the community. Martin Luther has 6 other siblings. He was born the 7th in Luther family. Martin Luther's parents did all they could to see Martin and his brothers and sister to have a good education. Later in life, Mr. Martin Luther said he had learned much from his father. He said that his father made him tall in his body and soul. His father was really a great man through his life, he said. Mr. Luther's father disciplined his children and taught them to obey, to listen to God's word, and to try to understand God. Mr. Luther's mother taught him music, prayers, and having fun, how to have fun in life. These qualities helped Martin Luther to grow in a really good family and a really good life. In early of his life, Mr. Martin Luther became a famous leader. He was really good leader in character training in school. And soon as Mr. Martin Luther finished his teaching in his university, from his high school, he went to university. But as we know that he born in a poor family, he needs to go to door to sing, and then to provide money for his schooling, to keep himself fed, to have a home, rent a home. Under the poor condition, there was a rich family. Under this condition, Martin Luther almost died and was really ill that time. Finally, a wealthy family adopted him. A wealthy family took care of him and helped him through schoolings. Martin Luther studied really hard in school. And then after his schooling, he was able to return to his home. As he studied, Martin Luther looked for help, practical lesson in his studies. He did not care about school show world thing. He concentrated on his studying really much. In AD 1505, Only a few years after his graduation from the university, Martin Luther has experienced his life changing. He was on his horse, he was riding through the countryside. A thunder arose. He was nearly struck. After that, he really learned to trust God, to really believe that God can save him. After Mr. Martin Luther, after his life changing, he really tried to understand, and he is beginning to have counseling with the Christian leaders, and soon became a Christian leader in their town. After that, Mr. Martin Luther said that he really loved the book of Mr. Augustine. He also stands for salvation is by grace alone. We can find in Romans chapter 1 verse 17b. The just shall live by faith. This verse convinced Mr. Martin Luther to believe salvation is by grace. After his salvation, Mr. Martin made the Bible the foundation of his life. But sadly, and he became in AD 1512 to 1513, Megan began to lecture on this more. But sadly, Mr. Martin died in AD 1546. He left all his possessions to his wife, Catherine. However, he also left something to Christians all over the world. He was the one who translated the German Bible. He was really a great man that trusts in God. So I think we should follow God. In Him we can learn to salvation is by faith, salvation is by grace, and then to trust in God more and more every day. Thank you very much, and we will see you next time.